A 10-pounder, guys, on the money.
Got him. Good one.
9 pounds, 11 ounces.
Woo! That's almost better than Christmas. Woo, yeah!
10 pounds, 0 ounces.
Woo!
I still feel like that little kid that caught his first fish. That's what it's all about. That's why we're doing this for TV.
That's what we're looking for right there. That's a stud. We need about 10 more like this and we're gonna have something.
Welcome to the Tidewater Boats Elite Fishing League presented by Yamaha Outboards. Hi folks, welcome to the Elite Fishing League and this week's special presentation, Road to the Championship. Over the previous 11 weeks, we have watched as top anglers from across the country have battled it out in an attempt to qualify for the Tidewater Boats Tour Championship. The concept was simple, win a round and you're in. But what sounds simple can at times be anything but, as we're about to find out in this episode on the Elite Fishing League. First up from Baytown, Texas is Chance Angel and round one.
What I'm doing is I'm just working my way around these little cuts and guts going through these ponds, finding bait, and you can see them push off the shoreline and hanging on the points. So fishing a lot of points and stuff. They have to be 3.0 to 10.0 pounds. He was 12 something, gotta go. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, and the speed. Done had 2 or 3 penalties, but hey, it's part of the game, it's part of competition. Penalties. Didn't think I was gonna have a problem with penalties. Boy, was I wrong. How much time do I have left?
Minute 25.
Minute 25. When you're in penalty, you cannot do anything. Sit your butt on the deck or stand there and don't touch anything till time is up.
2, 1, back to fishing.
All right, thank you. Let's fish. Sometime around 2 o'clock, I, for some reason, was fighting a fish, coming down, missed a step. And I completely went off the boat. And that's a 5-minute penalty for that. I jumped back in my boat, and I'm fighting this life jacket that's blown up all over me. And yes, we laughed. It could have been bad, but I know how to fall out of a boat. Came back in, I actually caught the fish.
Fish handling violation, 2-minute penalty, and there will be a 5-minute leaving the boat penalty also.
That's 7 minutes right there that I lost.
6 pounds, 12 ounces. 612.
All that for 612. I think I lost the total. We counted up, it was right around 30 minutes. So I lost 30 minutes of fishing time, good fishing time, when I really needed it. I'm telling you, it really gets up here when you're in that penalty box and somebody else is catching fish.
Nine pounds, 5 ounces.
All right,
9, 5.
what we need. Time is of the essence. Speed is the name of the game in this one.
Five pounds, 5 ounces. 5-5.
5-5, working our way.
Fish handling violation, fish hitting the deck of the boat, 2-minute penalty. 10 pounds even, 10 even.
All right, he's perfect. Scoreable fish. Hey, a 10-pounder, guys, on the money. Let's do this.
3 o'clock score tracker update. Kevin Harvey is still in the lead. He has 105 pounds, 9 ounces. Chance Angel has passed you. He has 102 pounds and 11 ounces, knocking you down to 3rd place.
It's always good to practice a little conservation. For the next generation to have beautiful little fish like this turn into big fish, you'll always be here. Now that's how you're supposed to do it right there. I could see everything so much better. I knew what I was running through. I knew what I was going. I mean, they're all right there in front of me. So I was very, very, very amped up. I had such a huge fire lit under me that, I mean, I was just like, you know, the confidence was there, and just everything was just, the whole emotional experience was building up, knowing that last hour, I can do this. You know, I got this. We on our way. We on our way. Let's do this. EFL 2020.
Penalties up.
All right, let's fish. Penalties up. I just got to hold it together. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. Settle down and focus as best you can. It's so hard to do when you know that you're on top for that last hour. It's the adrenaline rush that's the high that I look for, is winning. Beautiful, beautiful 6-pounder I just caught. This is the first qualifier, the first EFL event ever. And that's a very, very, very big thing to me. I fish a lot of redfish tournaments. This is the hardest tournament I have ever fished.
Great job, Chance. When we come back, another Texas angler, Travis Land, will hit the water in round 2.
Born in the South, crafted with distinction, engineered to fish. Tidewater Boats has developed into the fastest growing marine brand. Pleasure fishing boats 18 to 32 feet. Whether you are on the water with family and friends or tournament fishing, Tidewater Boats. See a local dealer and pick out yours today. Tidewater Boats is the official boat of the Elite Redfish series.
At the pinnacle of super high output, 4-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO. Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline 4s, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of 4-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
When you make your living on the water, you don't get rain delays. We trust Frog Togs to keep us out on the water and in the boat, even on wet and cold days. The all-new Pilot Pro series features maximum water holdout, industry-leading breathability, and zip-in liners for both jackets and bibs for those frosty mornings. And best of all, it provides rock-solid performance and function. So wear what the pros wear. Visit frogtogs.com to get your gear today.
Welcome back to the Elite Fishing League and the road to the championship. The Tidewater Boats Elite Fishing League, presented by Yamaha Outboards, also brought to you by Frog Togs, McLean Trailers, and many other fine sponsors. New Waters produced a tough bite for round 2 and Seguin, Texas pro Travis Land.
We'd talked about this style of tournament for a few years and how we needed it in our sport. You get in your boat, you go find them, and you figure out what you're going to do for the next, 8 hours. It's tough. Being the first fish on the board would sure play into the minds of your competition. Fish on! On the board, boys. In a traditional tournament, you can only guess what everybody's doing. We're up there, we're fishing, and we don't know till the day's over, till the weigh-in's over, normally. So, I'm sitting there and we'll get a score tracker update. It plays in your mind. You don't want to get too far behind. You don't want to get 4, 5, 6 fish behind. Knowing what everybody else is doing just puts that much more pressure on you. Got him! Going way over. Look at that fish. What you want?
Fish is 8 pounds, 2 ounces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh.
Addition of that fish puts you in first place with 23 pounds, 15 ounces.
That's so big, nasty. Come to your daddy. Come on. Yes, sir. Oh.
9.14.
Woo! You can't get much closer to 10 than that, boy. You can't get much closer to 10 than that. I moved myself off the bank and I positioned myself because of the sun. I could see the bank well, but I could still see off to the side. Those fish started popping up out there. And right after we hit the 9.14, Man, we didn't go very far, 100 yards or so.
Got him. Good one.
Then the energy started really pumping. Here they are. I got them found. I got a program together. Let's go get them.
Go that way. Oh gosh.
9 pounds, 11 ounces. I had to look down to make sure I had him all the way off the ground.
That's almost better than Christmas. To be able to come in this scenario without any help, not knowing where you're going, not knowing what you're going to throw, not knowing where you're going to fish, to beat this caliber of anglers in this scenario is super special. But in the back of my mind, I'm going, okay, this is the first leg. This is step one. We still got the championship. I've qualified. Now let's go win the boat. Let's go win the big money.
Impressive, Travis. Next up, it's round 3 and Louisiana pro Paul Dufresne.
All right, so not knowing where we're going, we get a text that we have to show up to the academy in Houma. So I leave cutoff with my boat in tow, drive an hour to Houma. But once we learned which way we were going, so I passed right back in front of my house, headed to Grand Isle.
Early the next morning, they are alerted to where they'll be fishing, and guess what? It's all the way back in Houma.
A couple minutes away from blast off. I mean, I'm mainly looking to sight fish today. So I mean, I'm looking for some decent water, maybe some grass, and just areas holding fish. Seeing a few fish, just gotta figure them out and get them to start biting. I mean, it's real heavy grass, so you gotta put it right on them to better catch them. Go! Oh. We talk about decisions, but decisions is what makes you win or lose. And I mean, that day I took a left when typically I would have probably took a right. So when I took a left, I went big lake, something I'm not normally good at or like to do. But it's just that one decision that made all the difference. And right away, pull in a cove, 2-3 fish jump off. So I pull down, I get everything set up, and we start to make a drift. And the fish I'm seeing, I said, man, we might have found it. Not a boat in sight. No!
9 pounds, 8 ounces.
Woo! Sight fishing, that's what I guess I'm known for, or that's what I love to do. Skinny water, clean water, picking out, it's almost like the hunt and the chase. For this tournament, I made the decision to try something different. And I mean, I think that goes back to not having any practice time, kind of thinking outside the box. And I made that decision and fishing a big lake, kind of dingy, some areas probably 4 or 5 foot. Game of inches, game of ounces now.
When you make your living on the water, you don't get rain delays. We trust Frog Togs to keep us out on the water and in the boat, even on wet and cold days. The all-new Pilot Pro series features maximum water holdout, industry-leading breathability, and zip-in liners for both jackets and bibs for those frosty mornings. And best of all, it provides rock-solid performance and function. So wear what the pros wear. Visit frogtogs.com to get your gear today.
At the pinnacle of super high output, 4-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO, Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline 4s, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of 4-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
Born in the South, crafted with distinction, engineered to fish. Tidewater Boats has developed into the fastest growing marine brand. Pleasure fishing boats 18 to 32 feet. Whether you are on the water with family and friends or tournament fishing, Tidewater Boats. See a local dealer and pick out yours today. Tidewater Boats is the official boat of the Elite Redfish series.
Oh, hooked up!
Welcome back to the Elite Fishing League and the Road to the Championship special presentation.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Woo, yeah! Look at those. 10 on the money.
10 pounds, 0 ounces.
Woo! So man, when he called 10-0-0, I knew it was gonna be, and I mean, you catch a 10-pounder in this format, that's gonna shoot you at the leaderboard pretty quick.
10 pounds, 0 ounces, baby. That's what we need.
I know I hooked another fish, I'm fighting it.
Nope, it don't look too big now. In my net. Oh, whoa. Oh, man. Man, can anything else go wrong?
8 pounds, 6 ounces.
Woo. I'm having a day. Somehow I'm maintaining to stay on top, but man, what a day. Man, what a day.
3 rounds of competition. You waiting kind of anxiously for your turn. So then round 3 comes.
Paul Dufresne had finished at first place with 128 pounds and 5 ounces.
Woo! Man, what a day. What a day. Winning first place means the world to me.
Great job, Paul. We'll see you, Chance, and Travis at the Tour Championship. With 3 anglers in and just 2 spots to go, it was Dwayne Eshde's final chance to make it through to the Tidewater Boats Tour Championship.
The tournament director, he says, I'm gonna tell each guy what group you in. I wake up early. We get up at 4 o'clock. We gotta meet at 4:30. And I walk outside, I just start noticing every light in every cabin is on. I'm like, what's going on with this? Well, we got a curveball. We all sitting out there underneath the fire. All of a sudden, he pulls out a bucket and we have to draw to see what round we fish in. Then we get to find out who we fishing against at that point. It just made it exciting because honestly, when everybody went to bed, everybody thought they was fishing that next day and half the guys didn't. That just made it fun and exciting.
Today you are fishing in Zone 1, Calcasieu.
My official is telling me the boundaries. Hey, you have from here to here to here to here. And now the whole thought process goes in because for the past week, 2 weeks, I've been thinking about just a wide range of area where we were gonna have to fish. Now I got from here all the way narrowed down to here. When you look at the borders that we have to, the boundaries we have to fish within, well, from one end to the other end is every bit of 30, 40 minutes. So you're like, okay, what am I gonna do with 30 minutes? I mean, to me, I was like, I'm gonna go back to the things I know and go back to what I've done in past years. Okay, I'm like counting down. I'm like, I'm gonna have the first fish on the board because I guarantee you most of these guys are still trying to figure out what they're doing. Here I go, I'm drifting. All of a sudden I look, there's 4 fish coming at me. And of course I throw at the biggest fish and of course he turns off and I catch a 615. Come on. I move maybe, I don't know, it seems like maybe 5 yards. There's another fish swimming. Throw at him, boom, hook him.
6.15.
It might be the same fish. I'm like, y'all got any pictures of that fish? I said, because it might be the same fish. I said, I don't know. I said, but the chance of catching 2 fish exactly, what's the chance of catching a second fish the same exact weight? So even the official said, I said, hey, if we throw him back and we catch him again, he said, you can catch him as many times as you want. I said, well, I hope I keep catching them.
$7.85.
This could be a money fish. This could be the money fish. There he is. He's a whale. I still feel like that little kid that caught his first fish. That's what it's all about. That's why we're doing this for TV.
Way to go, Dwayne. After this short break, with just 1 spot remaining, it would be Mark Robinson's only chance to qualify as the birth of his first child forced cancellation in his qualifying rounds.
Born in the South, crafted with distinction, engineered to fish. Tidewater Boats has developed into the fastest growing marine brand. Pleasure fishing boats 18 to 32 feet. Whether you are on the water with family and friends or tournament fishing, Tidewater Boats. See a local dealer and pick out yours today. Tidewater Boats is the official boat of the Elite Redfish series.
At the pinnacle of super high output, four-stroke outboard performance, you'll find Yamaha VMAX SHO, Yamaha's game-changing SHO technology. From exhilarating V6 models to the sleek inline fours, there's a VMAX SHO for everything from bass to bonefish. It's an extended family of four-strokes engineered for lightweight, inspiring performance, and rock-solid reliability. Discover VMAX SHO and elevate your expectations.
When you make your living on the water, you don't get rain delays. We trust Frog Togs to keep us out on the water and in the boat, even on wet and cold days. The all-new Pilot Pro series features maximum water holdout, industry-leading breathability, and zip-in liners for both jackets and bibs for those frosty mornings. And best of all, it provides rock-solid performance and function. So wear what the pros wear. Visit frogtogs.com to get your gear today.
Welcome back to the Elite Fishing League and the road to the championship.
So we take off, I'm on my 30-minute ride through. So I go straight out into Sabine Lake. I'm looking for schools of redfish on top, busting water. Get my first practice fish here. Now I'm excited, I've got a fish. I get him in, net him, put him on the scale.
3.90 pounds. It's a scoreable fish.
Mud boils were going all under the boat. I'm like, okay, there's some big ones right here. And I finally get that thump. I hook up and I can tell he's a big one. He's pulling drag. He's in the net. That's what we're looking for right there. That's a stud.
8 pounds even.
8 pounds even?
Yes, sir.
We need about 10 more like this and we're gonna have something. So period one is coming to an end. I get the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We gotta go to the dock. I'm cutting across the bay, coming back. And what do you see out there? There's a football field full of fish just jumping out of the water, feeding. But I can't cast. I gotta head into the dock for our break. I grab me a quick bite to eat. I tell my cameraman and the referee, I say, hey, let's get out there as soon as we can. It was about a 20-minute run. That ate up pretty much all of my scouting time. We get to the spot, so now I'm into my fishing time. I'm eating up valuable fishing time, looking for these fish. I told the guy, I said, I'm gonna go to my 3-pound hole, just kind of joking around, but I'm gonna put on my black Berkeley Gulp ripple mullet, because I know it catches fish all the time. That's my #1 bait. So I put on my ripple mullet, and I start heading down the bank. And shortly after, I get a bite.
Please. 3 pounds even.
Perfect. Yeah. Went to my pencil hole and I got me a pencil. Got a 3-pounder on the board, so I'm moving up. I'm in first place. Looks like we got a little rain coming. If it does rain, that might be the best thing that ever happened to us. I get another bite. It's a good fish. He's pulling drag, pulling drag. Woo! Good one. Oh, I got a cramp in my arm. A cramp in my hand. Told you I saw the mullet jumping over here.
6.90.
That's what I needed right there. I feel a lot better. They love it. They love it. .2. 3.2, boys.
3.10.
I'm talking about. Never thought I'd be winning a tournament with 3-pounders. I'm at 24 pounds. Kevin has only caught 3 fish all day, so I don't think he's gonna catch another one. So I'm just gonna stick it out. I'm gonna cast a few more times. Got a water spout right there. Oh, big mud boil right there. All of a sudden the wind just starts ripping. I make a couple more casts and I'm like, we gotta get out of here. We had a water spout trying to pop up in front of us. I turned around, I saw a bridge. I said, we're gonna go to that bridge. I know there's a boat ramp there, and we're gonna get out of this weather. We get there, we pull in.
They called it.
They called it?
Yeah.
We get the text, and they tell me, Mark Robinson, you're the winner of this elimination round. I get to move on to the championship.
That's it, folks. We have our 5 competitors for the Tidewater Boats Tour Championship and what promises to be a real shootout for that $100,000 top prize. I'm your host, Pat Malone, and we'd like to thank you for watching this special presentation, Road to the Championship, on the Elite Fishing League. Tune in next week for a special 1-hour action-packed episode of the Tidewater Boats Tour Championship presented by Yamaha Outboards. Please visit EliteFishingLeague.com, and to catch more exciting video content, check out the Elite Fishing League on YouTube. Closed captioning provided by McLean Trailers, the official trailer of the Elite Fishing League.
McLean Trailers, the official trailer of the Elite Redfish Series. Check It Stick, the official measuring system of the Elite Redfish Series.